Thank you everyone for coming tonight. This rainy day, cooler day, feels like fall. I'm going to read a couple poems first from my poetry chapbook, Codex of Journeys, Bendito Camino. I'll start with that. This one's called Civilization. I explode in luminous torrents, gunpowder, dynamite. In Latin America, Africa, Asia, thousands upon thousands of rivers explode in waterfalls, mesmerizing, heavy. They fall inside me, upon me, tender Guarani melodies in touch with fire. The sword slices green leaves, their juice stains the jungle in mechanical routine. Tow arrows, sweet poison, while I explode and carry with me the softness of their flesh, the smell of their skins. The battle is lost in the name of God. Thousands and thousands of times, waterfalls boil. Then the Spanish original, Civilización. Exploto en torrentes luminosos, pólvora, dinamita, en Latinoamérica, en África, en Asia. Miles y miles de ríos explotan en cataratas hipnotizantes, pesadas, caen dentro de mí, sobre mí, tiernas melodías en guaraní, en contacto con el fuego. La espada rebana las hojas verdes, su jugo tiñe la selva en mecánica rutina. Flechas de juguete, veneno dulce, mientras yo exploto y llevo a mi paso la suavidad de sus carnes, el olor de sus pellejos. La batalla está perdida en nombre de Dios. Miles y miles de veces las cataratas hierven. Was my commentary on the colonization of the Americas and Asia and Africa, the havoc that it caused. This one, it's called The Lustful Gaze. The lustful gaze undresses you, alights on your breast, beating, desiring, awakened. The lustful gaze perches on your little toes painted in red and imagines them in its mouth, maraschino cherries. The lustful gaze eats you before peeling you, before opening you, caresses each centimeter without touching you. And I'll just read a couple more in English from this collection. Cinnamon skin, you cinnamon skin, I need you. You cinnamon tea, I found you at the beach. You cinnamon tea, I like you better than coffee. With your raw onion breath and hormone moistened lips. Cinnamon skin, sweet coconut cinnamon, and yellow thighs galloping untiringly through the grasslands. You cinnamon tea, I smell your hairy armpits. You cinnamon tea, I see your mane imaging a vast world, exuberant, untamed. You cinnamon tea, I need you. You cinnamon tea, I am drinking you. You cinnamon skin, you enter me. And a bit of a change of pace, this one's called She Should Have Been a Nun. In a convent, baking daily bread, singing hymns from dawn to dusk, unattached to the worry world and its heartache, silent for days, communing with flowers, birds, and garden poppies, crimson red tears of blood from the calyx, drinking Christ's blood from a poppy leaf, alone in silent company, barefoot, sackcloth habit, penitence for the world, kneeling in the limeless desert, frosty, cold cell, Moorish arches, enveloping silence. And I'll read the postscript. To the 1% of the population who has an interest in poetry, who reads it, absorbs it, recites it, sings it, drinks it, shares it, makes it their own. To you I'd sing these lines. with nothing to rescue them from oblivion if it weren't that they're yours, because you inspire them and improve them with the depth of your mind, of your soul, so they reverberate in your experience, unique, unrepeatable. You give them strength, you give them breath. In the original in Spanish. Para el 1% de la población que te interesas por la poesía, que la lees, la interiorizas, la recitas, la cantas, la bebes, la compartes, la haces tuya, a ti te canto estas líneas, sin nada que la rescate del olvido, a no ser porque son tuyas, porque tú las inspiras y las mejoras con el contenido de tu mente y de tu alma. Las haces reverberar en tu experiencia única e irrepetible, les das fuerza y vida. So now I'll switch to this other manuscript that is under consideration now by a couple publishers. So we'll see. Originally there were one full manuscript. This one came out first as a chapbook, and so now I'm hoping to publish this one, Codex of Love, Bendita Ternura. November 2nd, 1998, on the eve of becoming an American citizen. Not me, not I, a gringa I would never be. Gritos de muere el imperialismo yanqui resonando en mi cabeza. Yo, la Malinche, there is always me searching research, going full circle, me, an American, a Mexican-American, a bona fide Chicana chayote head. My life is here now, raising my bilingual chilpayates, married, metida hasta las chanclas in this brave new world. A binational, una Nutella bicolor, vainilla y chocolate. Dual citizenship. At least los políticos in Mexico finally woke up to all raza on this side of the border. Welcome, paisano. Bienvenido, amigo. Hasta que se les prendió el foco, cabrones. Ahora sí, pásenle que su nopal está lleno de tunas. Aquí en la frontera, en el no man's land, mujer puente, mujer frontera, mujer malinche. Ahora sí, cuando me chiflen por la calle me podrán decir gringuita, y por primera vez lo seré. Una bolilla, una gabacha, mis ojos azules y cabello rubio por fin corresponderán a los estereotipos de la gente. But you don't look Mexican. Entonces, ¿qué parezco? ¿Acaso tengo changos en la cara? When I die, spread my ashes along the Rio Grande, the Rio Bravo, where I once swam naked. That's one of the ones that comes totally bilingual and can be translated, although I did have to translate it for an anthology in Mexico that they wanted it all in Spanish. And it was like the strangest thing trying to translate myself into Spanish for a poem that was not meant to be translated. Okay, this one is called Best Western Motel on Highway 290. We got out of Dodge fast as a highway to Prairieville, scuffed boots, bandana nirvana, in the name of belly button and pubics. Pheromone pie, heart chakra, rattler awakes, uncoils, ready to strike. Bites hard, riveted to each other's reggae. Orchids swaying, taut arms and chest black with one white diamond. Coming back to the well, drink up. Parched tongues still remember California de melocotones. Wild berries drenched in young semen. Truth hanging loose from teeth, 20 años. And one dedicated to my daughter. It's called Por el Camino Andamos. I want to show you the world, how to move about in it with confidence, armed with maps and common sense, like a woman about town, be it Hong Kong or New York, Ubud or Mexico City. My own mother was incapable of functioning in the world without my father, our official face to the world, the one who asked for directions, made phone calls, found hotel rooms, negotiated with strangers, was at the wheel and at the head of the table, disciplined us and set limits, spoke to policemen after a crash. Tú diles, tú ve. I wanted to be a sophisticated traveler like him, go into a restaurant alone and feel comfortable, go up and down the streets of a strange city, armed with maps and common sense, asking questions of strangers, eating at their tables, drinking their wine. So far, so good. I get up early to study a route, trace it on the map, compare bus to subway routes, map our destination for the day, but be ready to improvise. Hija, dame la mano. I want to show you the world. And let me see, I think maybe one more from here and then a few of your ones. This one's called Shaman, If Lightning Strikes. Ignite each cell with ancient awareness. Invite lightning to pierce my being, to weather me in one swift stroke. Wet feet, char redeemer of the hungry, finding herbs, mixing potions, speaking to the wind. And the Spanish original. Curandera si me cae un rayo. Encender cada célula con conciencias antiguas. Invitar al rayo a penetrar mi esencia, a curtirme por dentro de un solo tajo. Pies mojados, chamuscada redentora de hambrientos. Buscaré las hierbas, mezclaré las pócimas, hablaré con los vientos. And again, some poems that were inspired in other storms and other rains. I think it was in the spring when it was also really, really hard. And this first one came to me in Spanish. It's called Al despertar. Resquebrajóse el cielo y parió una alondra. El rey trueno sacudió las sombras. Los prados verdes bebieron hasta el delirio. Y las risas de las mujeres despertaron a la primera. Nació el día. Entre las tinieblas la lluvia seguía, azarosos sueños poblados de gigantes ebrios. El palpitar del cielo despertó en mi almohada, un beso húmedo por el creador del cielo, trastornado de primavera. And this one in English. Floating, go. Rushing water on my back, the force of spring on this engorged creek after the sun came out for a spell. Water pelting my hips, scalding the crown of my head, pressing down on my shoulders, little worms attached to my skin. I swim, stretching my bad arm, careful of rock underneath, swim back and float down current. Let myself go de muertito, perfectly immobile, like a leaf on my back, clouds rushing by in the sky. They follow my trail, spin the treetops, zigzag onto the cliff wall. Green moss shower, dripping, dripping. I swim back up against the current, endless infinity pool. All this past rain, the last 2 weeks, manifesting on this creek. My feet grip the rock, I walk on limestone floor. The water pushes me back, but the feet know the way upstream. Schedules, email, events, people, timelines fade. I rest on the Adirondack chair, looking out onto a magnificent orgy of rock, water, and moss, and contemplate what I have yet to do on this earth. Water flushing, loud, fierce, hard at my feet. And the last poem called Solstice Moon. Solstice moon, sleeping in the nude under the bright moonlight, a man and a woman love the evening in swift strokes, the breeze surfing through the open porch, the clouds parting to underscore this solstice moon. Drenched in sweat, they have moon in their eyes, and sleep finds them silver-bathed. The purple martins, sparrows, and mockingbird sing through the night, confounded by the light. A jagged song, a cry, the beating of wings, birds multiplied in tall nests. The evening stands still. A man and a woman lay side by side on thin mats, caressed by the wind at the mercy of stars. Thank you. Carmen introduced Pablo, Miguel Martínez,